This is my Goal 5 video, my need for change and my passion for growth. You were deserving of the award. I advocated for you to the athletic director, but he wasn't convinced. He says you didn't meet the overall requirements to become Athlete of the Year for your class. I'm sorry. This was one of the most shocking things I had ever heard. Although golf has been a huge part of my life, I had always wanted to be recognized at Branson for more than just my athletic abilities. Sure, I had plenty of challenges there, but this was the first time I felt like a total outsider. Hearing that my own athletic director, who was supposed to be my biggest supporter, acknowledged that my academic challenges at Branson would prevent me from getting the award was difficult to process. What troubled me the most was that I was struggling academically, not because I was incapable, but because I didn't fit the mold of a Branson student. That realization really stung, and I knew I had to make a change. A reading we analyzed in Justice class that resonated in my situation was The 10 Building Blocks of Catholic Social Teaching, written by William Byron. His message was proving that being a good Catholic is first about being a good person and accepting everyone for who they are. In his reading, I felt a connection with the third principle of association. Our tradition proclaims that the person is not only sacred but also social. How we organize our society in economics and politics, in law and policy directly affects human dignity and the capacity of individuals to grow in community. Alone and misguided, I felt as if Branson was affecting my human dignity, and being unable to grow in their community, I needed a place that could give me the confidence to find my whole human dignity. I made the incredibly difficult decision to transfer to a different school, in the same geographic area, and repeat my junior year. I chose Stewart Hall High School. Stewart Hall encourages each student to become the best version of himself. This resonated with me deeply. At Branson, I felt lost in a culture that prizes a certain kind of student, unable to express my true self, or discover how I learn best. I struggled with teachers telling me how to do it their way rather than how to do it for myself. Similarly, Walter Wink describes Jesus as a person who practiced assertive nonviolence by saying in his reading, The Domination System, that Jesus was helping an oppressed people find a way to protest and neutralize an onerous practice despised throughout the empire by formulating a worldly spirituality in which the people at the bottom of society or under the thumb of imperial power learn to recover their humanity. Jesus' desire to help those at the bottom become their own through assertive nonviolence deeply resonated with me, as he is trying to make an unpleasant situation for a minority group and turn it into a more favorable outcome. Although never using violence to solve my problems, I felt as if, too, I was at the bottom of Branson's totem pole, so transferring to Stewart Hall for a fresh start allowed me to recover my humanity. But even with my newfound spirit, at first I resisted the idea of fully joining the community of my school. I figured I'd still hang out with my friends from Branson and act like nothing changed. But as soon as I got there, everything changed. I realized I had to seize this chance for a fresh start. I quickly developed connections with the teachers which helped me discover my passion for learning. They gave me the freedom to be myself. Without barriers around me, I felt a new sense of clarity. I truly wanted to make those relationships with my peers and teachers because I was aware of the great opportunity I was given, as well as a second chance. I had a hard time at Branson, but my challenges no longer defined me. I learned from these hardships and triumphed in the end, and it's not about the athletic award. The real reward was learning how to deal with adversity and understanding who I am. Goal 5 resonates with me deeply, as I had to make a decision whether to continue on to senior year or to completely change schools and repeat my junior year. This action has given me so much, and I am so proud of myself for making a decision that was best for me. As Le Pichon said it best, the importance of weakness is, a system which is too perfect is also too rigid because it does not need to evolve. This is true in politics, it is true within a society, within families, within nature. A perfectly smoothing running system without any default is a closed system that can only evolve through a major commotion. The evolution occurs through revolutions. Le Pichon is relating geophysics and the way the Earth behaved to human society. I see reflection as analysis in my own life, as I felt like the system, unable to recognize my need for evolution. Yet through the major commotion in my life to repeat junior year and switch high schools, I was able to evolve into the man I wanted to be. My goal is Goal 5, personal growth in an atmosphere of wise freedom. I felt like this goal connected beautifully with my experience last year because even though I knew I needed to make a change, I was more aware that I needed to be in a place that truly cared and believed in me. I always knew I could be successful, but knowing that my teachers, administration, and peers were behind me allowed me to fully grow as a person. Transferring from the Branson School to Stewart Hall High School and repeating my junior year will always be one of the most important decisions and valuable learning experiences of my life. Just as Goal 5 has resonated with me, the criteria of the Sacred Heart has also shaped my past and future. All members of the school community show respect, acceptance, and concern for themselves and for others. Goal 5 and its criteria are everything to me. Human dignity is about respect, simple as that. As I look back on this, I have analyzed and reflected on my transfer over the past 2 weeks. I now have an understanding that my decision can offer our members at the Schools of the Sacred Heart reflection on their own consciousness of the values of society and act for justice, making this whole experience that much more powerful and inspiring for me.